In this video, we're looking at how to install Access Server on Microsoft Azure. As you can see, I'm logged into the Access Server portal. If this is the first time you're logging into the portal, this is the screen you're going to see with 3 links on the left, Quick Start, Activation Key, and Support Center, and then 2 links in the middle, Purchase a subscription or try a free version. But if this is not the first time you're logging into the Access Server, you'll see this screen. Again, with the same 3 links on the left, but in the middle, you see Manage Your Plan and Get Access Server. So no matter which screen you are, if you click on Get Access Server or Get the free version, you will be redirected to the following page, which is where you can choose your installation method. As you can see, we got cloud images, Linux software packages, and virtual appliances. We're going to cloud images, and since we're talking about Microsoft Azure, we're going to click on Microsoft Azure. On this screen, a couple of things I want to make a note here. The link configure on the top and proceed to configure on the bottom. If you click on any of these links, it's going to take you to another page with links to the knowledge base, configure Access Server, and frequently asked questions. Now, when going back to the install page, there is another link on the right side, Microsoft Azure Quick Start. If you click on that, there is another page opens up with the Quick Start guide on how to deploy Access Server on Microsoft Azure. Let's go ahead and click on Go to the Marketplace. We'll be redirected to the Azure Marketplace, and as you can see, OpenVPN Access Server is here. Click on Get It Now, and then Continue. And on the following page, we are presented with 2 options. Either we can create our VM or we can use a preset configuration. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to choose Create. So I'm going to create that VM. For the Azure subscription, make sure the subscription is set correctly. And then resource group, you can choose your resource group here and then give a name to your virtual machine. For the rest of the steps, I'm just going to leave it as a default, but please go through each one of them and make sure you choose the correct one based on your environment and your requirements. When it comes to the authentication, you can either choose SSH key or password. If you choose SSH key, you have an option of creating a new one or choose an existing one. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to choose generate a new key, and I'm going to give a name to this key here. Let me go ahead and add a 1 here so you don't have a duplicate or unique name. And then the following step is going to be disks. So go ahead, click on Next. For the disks, again, make sure you configure it as you see it fit or necessary for your environment. Click on Next on the networking. On the networking, a couple of things I want to mention here. First of all, your NIC network security group. This is already pre-configured, so you don't need to change anything. And then for the configure network security group, as you can see, there is a new one is being created. You can choose an existing one if you decide to do so, or you can just leave it to create a new security group. And then for the rest of the steps, we're going to just choose the default one. I'm going to fast forward through these steps and then come back at the end. Okay, here we can go ahead and verify everything, review, make sure everything is correct. And then when we're happy with all the configuration, we can go ahead and click on Create at the bottom of the page. Now it's time to download our private key. I'm going to click on Download Private Key here to my computer, and then we can go back to creating virtual machine, which is basically deployment in progress right now. So this is going to take a few minutes again. I'm going to fast forward and then come back when the deployment is completed. And here we go. Our VM is deployed and ready to go. So let's go ahead and click on Go to Resource to go to our VM configuration page or overview page. And everything seems to be okay. Now we need to connect to this VM. So if you click on Connect up here and go to Connect, you're going to see the admin username that you need for an SSH connection. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to bring up a command prompt here, type my SSH command to establish a session, and here we go. Okay, the very first time when you accessing the or logging into the server or the VM, you need to accept the license agreement. Now, for the some of these steps, I'm just going to choose the default one, but make sure you go through everything and configure it as you see it necessary based on your environment, your compliance, and everything else. Okay, here you go is asking us if you want to use OpenVPN as our admin user name for admin UI. I'm just going to choose yes, and then as asking if we want to create a password or let the system generate the password. I'm going to create a password here myself, so I'm just going to type the password and then confirm the password. For the activation key, we're not going to do anything here right now. I'm going to show you that later on through the admin user interface. Let's continue with the rest of the configuration, and then we'll come back when it's done. Okay, as you can see, everything is done. There are a couple of things we need to make a note of here is the admin UI and client UI URL. As you can see, the private IP address is being shown here, and that's because probably because of the way that our subnet is set or some configuration on our Azure platform, but we need the public IP address. So let's go to overview page of our VM. As you can see, this is the private IP, but we need the public IP address. So this is the IP address that I'm going to copy. We're going to use the same ports, 943 and the /admin to access our admin UI. We don't have an SSL. Let's go bypass this. And then here we go. The admin username is OpenVPN, and the password, we chose the password during the installation. Click on sign in. And the very first time when you log into the admin UI, you need to agree the license agreement, and you're going to land on the activation manager page. From here, you can either click on get activation key or go directly to the portal. Either way, once you get to the portal on the activation keys page, you can choose the number of the connections that you need. Once you're happy with the number, then you need to choose if you want to be billed monthly or annually. And then click on purchase your connections. The following screen, you need to enter your payment information and then move on. For the purpose of this demo, we're just going to use the 2 free connections. Click on that. And then as you can see, I already have a subscription, a few subscriptions here. I'm going to choose the very first one and then copy the activation key here. And then I'm going to head back to my admin user interface and paste that activation key in this field and click on activate. This is going to take a few seconds. And as you can see, the subscription is activated. And from now on, every time you log into the Access server, you're going to land on a status page. So this was a quick video on how to install Access server on Microsoft Azure. Thank you.